Start again. What? Start again. Right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tel Cockerel Week 8 Predictions Results Show. Today, Tuesday, 22nd of October. I hope each and every one of you are well, whether it's your morning, afternoon, or evening. I hope you're all well, and I hope that you are still riding on the crest of a wave for the weekend that saw Chelsea, Arsenal, and West Ham falter and saw our beloved Tottenham win. So I hope that you are all still basking in that. And there's some other people here. So in Leeds, I hope you're still basking in your 2-0 victory at the weekend. And you play again tonight against Watford. And in the Super Brew competition, I've also got Leeds to win tonight as well. I think I've gone for 3-0 tonight, if I remember rightly, 2 or 3-0 anyway. So, but that's in the other competitions that we're playing. Yeah, so there's a few games. Let me say hello to a few of you in here. There's a lot of changes have happened. We have 3 new leaders in all 3 competitions this week. So people did make points up. We'll start saying hello to a few people. We've got Big John saying hello. Afternoon, marching all together. Carl Simpson is saying big up Hose and everyone in the chat. Bobby K, good morning, Jose, and everyone in the chat. Good morning, Bobby. I hope you are well. We have David Clark from Leicester says hi to everyone in the chat. Colin Blackshaw is here, and he says good afternoon, Jose. People are reminding me that I was muted. Thank you very much for reminding me. And you have Nick from the Roundtable Talk. Good morning, Nick says morning. We then have Ryan saying good afternoon, Jose. Good afternoon to you, Ryan. Graham, afternoon, Jose. Hope you're well. Hi to all the chat. I am. I hope you are too. Jess, good afternoon, Jess. I hope you're well. Says afternoon all. Peter, good morning. And it is morning for you. Pete says good morning. Says hi all 2:11 a.m. in Melbourne. I hope you are well, Peter. Ronnie is here. And Ronnie says good afternoon, Jose, and everyone in the chat. Good afternoon to you, Ronnie. We have next. My favourite person of the weekend. Look at that, Gus. Buongiornos could have been a big score if I didn't change 2 correct score predictions. For people that didn't know, Gus kept sending messages in the stream because that's where your comments are, asking for me to change his score lines prior to games being kicked off, obviously. And I don't know whether it has or hasn't gone against him. I know one definitely did go against him, but I don't know about any of the others. But I did change them. You asked, and I did change them. And you end up with what you end up after changing your scores. Shemtam is here. Shemtam says, good afternoon, Mr. Bossman Jose. I hope you're well today. I am Shemtam. Shemtam, we need you to start entering predictions. You've been missing from these predictions. You've been missing. Baloo, big up Jose. I came to see my prediction results. Baloo, good afternoon. I think, Baloo, if I remember rightly, you left because there was 2 bonus scores, 2 bonus predictions. And yeah, you and Vindaloo both left the show without doing the bonus predictions. Well, you weren't the only ones. Jordan did the same thing, and so did Inner Hype. But we'll get to that when we come to the results of the predictions. Then you have Johnny Bethnal Green saying, afternoon, Jose Mucker. Good afternoon. Drew Lalas here. She says, afternoon, Jose and the Cockerel crew. And Pete just simply says, Ryan G, I am starting to get pissed with Wolves. Right. So without further ado, what we'll do is we'll start as we normally do. All 3 competitions have new leaders. So in the first one, we'll go predict the Prem. Predict the Prem. For those of you that do predict the Prem, which is similar to predictions, good afternoon, Ed. Ed M's in the house. Predict the Prem is similar to doing predictions, but it's an online one, and it reminds you every afternoon. It reminds you every week to remind you to do your scores again. And with Predict the Prem, some of people do the same results they do in predictions. Some people alternate their results, so you have different results. Now, the points are the same. Sorry, the points are different because in Predict the Prem, you get 5 points for a correct score. and we only give out 3, but they do it on goal difference. We don't play goal difference. So there'll be different tables for different things, but predict the Prem. And if anyone wants to enter predict the Prem, you need to let me know. And if you let me know, I'll let you know where to find it. But the results on predict the Prem this week, well, not the results, because I only show the league tables. So the league tables on predict the Prem this week show a new leader. They show a new leader. There we go. So I'm hoping you can all see that. So the new leader for Predict the Prem is the Sheriff. The Sheriff Mark is the new leader. He's got 69 points. Rob Belcher's in second, Chris Peters in third. And then you've got Kevin Clark on 64 with Ed M. Now, there's a 5-point difference between first and fifth. First and fifth was about 2 points difference a few weeks ago. So the points have changed in this. The points have definitely changed. So if you can find yourself, I'm trying to see. Ryan G, you're here. You're 13th, Ryan. I can see you're 13th. Trying to. Graham. Graham, I believe that you're 9th in this. David Clark. David Clark playing this? I don't think David Clark's in this one. No, can't see David Clark. Big John David Clark. Trying to see if I can see anybody else that's playing it. No, there's a lot more people that are playing this that are off, that are not in this one. But yeah, Danny's in this. He's 14th. Ronnie, you're 12th at the moment, Ronnie. Alan Raptors Madness is 6th. Destiny's 8th. Destiny's doing well in this one. Well enough, he's in 8th place. So in this one, you score points for predicting the correct score, and if you predict a correct prediction but not the right result, it counts as a point, counts as a draw, and those that you get wrong count as a loss. But it does forecast goals that you score. So if you went for a 2-1 score line and it ended up 2-1, you would get 5 points for the correct score, but then your goal difference would be plus because you got the 2 correct goals and the 1 correct goal. But yeah, you've got people that play predictions that are in this. You've got Quez is 11th at the moment. Spurs is 10th. We've got Grant 16th. Smithy's 18th. Kuva 19th. I'm 20th. Now, I was a lot further down this table. I have climbed up and I am now exactly mid-table in this one. So I've climbed up in this one. Lee Wiz is 21st. Vasco's 22nd. Carl Simpson's 24th. Paul G 25th. Jamie's 29th. AJ's 30th. Kate 31st. Adrian is 32nd. Now, some of these people are further down. You can see by the amount of games that they've played, they haven't predicted them all. If you predict every game, or you've played every week, you should have played 80 games, because there's been 8 sets of 10, 8 weekday games. So there's been 8 sets of 10. So some people haven't filled them all in. But nonetheless, we have a new leader, and that is the Sheriff. So well done, the Sheriff, for taking the lead. The next competition that we play is fantasy football. And fantasy football, I haven't got to predictions. Good afternoon, Potato Stew. I can see you've come in. Good afternoon, Robbie. I hope you're well. I see that you've come in. So fantasy football, we have a new leader in here. I'm showing the top 50, and for these people in the top 50, the people that have gone up in the league this week is, I've gone into 50th of one of my teams in Lean It With Trust. The Belgian Hotspur has gone into 48th. The Sheriff has gone into 47th. Anyone in green has gone up. Scott Colliver's jumped to 39th. Zoe's 35th. Milton has gone into 34th. My good wife has gone into 32nd. AJ's gone into 31st. Graham. Oh, no, sorry, no. Nathan Batias has gone into 28th. Graham, so Kuva's gone into 26th. Charlie Biker 23rd. Ronnie has gone into 19th. Ped has gone into 16th. Lee Wiz into 13th. Blake into 12th. Phil Coys has gone 10th. Jamie Imber has gone into 9th. Ryan has gone into 7th. Well done, Ryan, mate. You've gone into 7th. Cy Dancer has gone into 6th. And at the top, we have a new leader, and that is Matty Kushner. Matty Kushner has overtaken Anthony Herbert, who's been the leader for the last few weeks, and he's 2 points ahead of him. He had a 52-point game week, Matty Kushner this week, and that's propelled him into first place. So that's where we are with that. So another new leader. We've got Matty Kushner now leading the FPL. So every few weeks we seem to have new leaders in the games that we play, which is good. It means that we can keep this going and that people will keep interest because everyone's got a chance of jumping and climbing these league tables. But as we always do, let me just check before I go into predictions. Right, so the prediction scores will be as follows. But before we get to predictions, please hit the like button. There's more people watching here than the like button. The like button needs to be hit. And we have Ed M. Oh, let me just go back a few. So Baloo says, give those 2 bonus wins for me, please. Ed M says, afternoon, Jose and everyone. Peter Kagaya says, I think I had them to draw 2 minutes to go. And I think I don't know who you had, Peter, because I haven't got to the scores yet. Big up Jose from Lily White Lane, from Robbie, and afternoon all in the chat from him. Potato Stew says, hello, everyone. Wasn't the best week for me, but bring on next week. That's what we say. Just a harmless potatoes here. Good afternoon, just a harmless potato. Says big up Jose. And everyone is bigging up the potato and each other. Mikey Romero, Mikey, who was on Saturday's show, a member show. Good afternoon, Jose. Hello, all. Good afternoon, Mikey. It was really good having you on the show on Saturday, mate. And then you've got Destiny 5 coming in and saying hi. Right. So without further ado, then, I think we've got to start talking about predictions, ain't we? Right. Before we start, like we normally do, right? Like we normally do, right? I want people to tell me what they think they scored this week. So it's a little game that we play. Tell me what you think you scored this week before I bring the scores up. And I'm going to work out what the average was for last week. Right. I now know what the average was for last week. I'm just looking at the other screen, so bear with me a second. Right, Drula says she got 7 points. Drula, you are right. You did get 7 points. Ronnie says he got 8, and you did get 8. Big John, you say you got 8 and you did get 8. So some of you people have been keeping the tabs on what you've been doing. Just on the state, it says basically every forward I pick gets injured. I'll take another look this week. Colin Blackshaw, you say you got 4. Colin, you didn't get 4. I won't tell you your score now, but you didn't get 4. Edem says you got 7. Edem, you didn't get 7. David Clark says you got 8. David Clark, you did get 8 points. Destiny, you didn't get 5. Carl, you didn't give me an exact number, but you didn't get 9. Gus Parker's saying that he hopes he got 9. Let me see. Gus says 9, and Nick says 9. Gus, you did get 9. Nick, you didn't get 9. Graham. Let me see if I can find Graham. Graham's here. Let me see what Graham got. What does Graham say? Yep, Graham, you did get 6 points. Potato Stew says he got 4. Potato Stew, you did in fact get 4. 20 points. I had Saliba -3 and still had Son on the bench because he was injured. He played. Johnny Bethnal Green, you can't get half points. So yeah, so that's not going to be a score because you can't get a half a point on this. No problem. I believe Mikey says he got 6. Mikey Romero says he got 6. No, Mikey, you didn't get 6. Bobby carries on with 50 million points. Right, so we'll start with this is so big because so many people took play a part last week. Let me start sharing some of this. Right, so the first game of the week was Tottenham. So just to run the scores, Tottenham won 3-0. Sorry, 4-1. So it's Tottenham. Let me just, because there's got different ones to share here, and because there's got so many people that predicted. So first game of the week, Tottenham won 4-1. And the people that got this correct were Taigaro, Balu, and Soji. So I'm doing each one. So Balu, Soji, and Taigaro got that prediction correct. It was 4-1 to Tottenham. In the second game, the predictions, the score was Fulham 1, Aston Villa 3. And the correct people for this were Carl Simpson, Johnny Bethnal Green, Tot Spurs, DJ Samuel, Lisa O, and Bobby K. All got the 1-3 prediction correct. So well done to those that got that prediction correct. Ipswich versus Everton, however, was Ipswich 0, Everton 2. Ipswich 0, Everton 2. And only 2 people correctly predicted that, and that was Gus Parker and Lord Rodney Trotter. Both predicted a 0-2 scoreline. So well done to them too. Everyone else in orange, you scored a point for going for the correct side. Manchester United versus Brentford ended up being 2-1. And there was quite a few people that's got this prediction correct. And that starts off with me, Carl Simpson, Kuva, Adrian, Ronnie, Totspurs, Ryan G, Peter Kagayas, Ed M, Nigel Purecoys, Dan Coys, Anthony Herbert, James Loves Spurs, Inner Hype, Roundtable Talk, Hano, Nita, Quez Ali, Chang, and Nick Collison all correctly predicted that scoreline. So well done, the people that correctly predicted that scoreline. The fifth game ended up as Newcastle 0, Brighton 1, and only one person got the correct prediction in that game, and that was Gus Parker. So well done to Gus Parker. And then the next game was Southampton 2, Leicester 3, and only two people I think got this right, and that was Mikey Romero and Matty Kushner. Got that one correct. The result of the week end that nobody predicted correctly was Bournemouth 2, Arsenal 0. And by that, on the first slide, you can see there's a lack of orange or green. But in the second slide, we have some. So even though I didn't get the correct score, Potato Stew had Bournemouth. Paolo had Bournemouth. Inner Hype had Bournemouth. Roundtable Talk had Bournemouth. Soji had Bournemouth. Kate from Just to Go Love Spurs had Bournemouth. And so did Nick Collison. So for some of these people, I will say some of these people do a default 2-1 all the way through. And they get lucky. They got lucky with a prediction. But for those that picked up points, which is only about 7 or 8 of you, well done for picking a point up for the Bournemouth scoreline. The next game was Wolves versus Manchester City. You'll find that there's a lot of orange here, so a lot of people have predicted Man City. But only one person predicted the correct score. One person predicted the correct score for that game. And that was, I believe, Chang. If I remember rightly. Chang predicted a 1-2 scoreline. So everyone, lots of people had big scorelines, but Chang was the only one to predict a 1-2 scoreline. And then we went to the next game, which was Liverpool versus Chelsea, which ended up as a 2-1 victory. And the people that got that one correct were Jose, David Clark, Kuva, Graham, Adrian, Finn, Ronnie, Totspurs, Big John, where is he? Nigel Purecoys. Further down. Nigel Purecoys, Dan Coys, James Loves Spurs, Nick Roundtable Talk, Queen Ellie, Kate from Just to Go Love Spurs, and Nick Collison all predicted the Liverpool score. And the last game of the Premiership of the weekend was Nottingham Forest 1, Crystal Palace 0. And for this, Finn got the correct score. And then there's a few people in orange. And Hanno got the correct score. And Kate from Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs got the correct score. So well done to them 4 people for getting the correct score. Now, the first bonus game of the weekend was Leeds versus Sheffield United. You will see some blanks here. And the blanks are either that you've left the show on Friday. So the people that are blanking there are the people that left the show on Friday. And then you're going to have a whole blank as well. And the reason why they're blank is when people put their predictions in, the Leeds game had already started or had finished, and people were still putting predictions in for the Leeds game, which obviously they've watched the show, but by the time they've watched the show, the Leeds game was already been played or had started. So therefore, their predictions, if anyone predicted and your prediction's missing from there, it's because you either sent it late, didn't send it at all, or you sent it when the game was finished. So that ended up being 2-0, and the people that got this prediction correct were Jose, Johnny Bethnal Green, and that was it. It was just me and Johnny Bethnal Green that got the 2-0 victory. So as you can see, there's gaps there. So Baloo and Vindaloo missed 3 games. They left early, didn't come back, and didn't put the Nottingham Forest Crystal Palace games in there, and didn't do the other 2 either. Then if you look a bit further down, you've got Finn has missed the last 2. Then you've got Jordan and Inner Hype missed the last 2. And then as we go further down, you have a whole glutton of people. So from Nita all the way down, so that'd be Nita, Queen Ellie, Matty Kushner, Spurs analyst Bobby K, David Shears, Soji, Quez, EMF, Chang, Neil, Kate, Jim, and Nick all predicted or didn't predict or predicted late their scores, and therefore they didn't count. So with Quez after the on the comments for the stream gave me 10 predictions but didn't give me the 2 bonus games, and then the last 3 people at the bottom didn't do the bonus games at all, so they wouldn't have counted. But the last prediction for the bonus game for the weekend was Westerlo versus Club Bruges, and Westerlo won. It was Westerlo 1, Club Bruges 2, and for this, the people that got this correct were Tigaro, Alan, Ryan G, Destiny 5, Lord Rodney Trotter, Hanno, Spurs Danalist, and Ian Meth. And Chang, Chang. So they're the people that got it right. So with that being said, the points this week have gone to, let me see what comments you lot are saying before I go to so Gus said I should have been 15. I'm never flip-flopping again. Destiny says I'm gutted up at 4-0. Alan says he got 10. Whoop whoop. Alan Gus Parker had 4-1 the last match. Good afternoon, Jose, and everyone coming in from Adrian. Good afternoon, sir. He got the right winners, not the score line. I don't know who that's referring to. Yeah, Gus Parker, you just kept changing all your scores, and you kept me busy all weekend changing your scores before the game started. Lee Wiss says, big up to Jose and chat. Hello, Lee. I hope you're well, mate. Ryan G, 12 points. Happy with that after 2 awful weeks. So basically, if you scored, the average this week was, I'll say the average after I give out the points. Sorry. Right. The average is, all right, I've got the average. Right. So Jose, joint, and I think this was a 4-way joint, top this week with 13. Tigaro 11. Smithy got 5. Carl Simpson 11. David Clark 8. Johnny Bethnal Green 10. Chris Peters 6. Kuva 10. Alan 8. Graham 6. Paul G 5. Adrian 9. Gus Parker 9. Richard 5. Finn 9. Ronnie 8. Another joint person of the week, Totspurs 13. Mikey 7. Big John 8. Ryan G 12. Rob Belcher 5. Drula 7. Peter Kagaias 7. Potato Stew 4, DJ Samuel 10, Ed M 9, Lee Wiz 6, Nige Pure Coys 12, Lisa O 7, Colin Blackshaw 8, Baloo 4, Vindaloo 2, Paulio 6, Dan Coys 13, Anthony Herbert 9. Sorry, Dan Coys was another joint man of the week or person of the week with 13. That's 3 of us on 13. There might have been one more. Anthony Herbert 9, Destiny 5 7. James Loves Spurs is the other one, 13 for James Loves Spurs. Jordan 6, Inner Hype 8, Grant 7, Lord Rodney 9, Nick 10, Leo 7, Hanno 11, Nita 7, Queen Ellie 8, Matty Kushner 7, the Spurs Danalyst 6, Bobby K 11, David Shear 3, Soji 6, Quez 6, Ian Meth 4, Chang 11, Neil 4, Kate 9, Jim 3, Nick 9. So they are the fixed. So they are for the week. So each page, this is split so many different ways. Right. So let me hide that a second. See who's about. So basically, if you've got 7.82, that is the average for this week. So 8 points and above is average. Average and above is 8 points. So 8 points is 8 points is actually above average. So you got 8 points and above, then you're above average for the week. 12 points is happy with that. Well done, Ryan. Cheers. We got cheers, John. I need a good week in this because my team never gives me a good week. And Potato Stew says, I guess I'm bottom of the table. Relegation battle. Bring it on. Potato Stew. No, if you play every week, you climb the table. You will see that others have. Drula says, Drula's saying, being harsh on herself, bit harsh, Drula. She says, I need to fix up. I'm slipping. Right. Before we go to the league tables, what I will say to you guys is, as with the league tables, anyone that's in blue, means that this is your first week of predictions. So anyone in blue, you're in your first week of predictions. Anyone that's in green, it means that you've climbed up the table this week. And if you're anything other than that, it's either you remain the same or you have gone down. Right, so blue is your first week predictions. Green means that you've gained positions since last week, and if you're white, it just means that you've either remained the same, or you didn't gain, you dropped positions. Mikey Romero says, just shy of the average, lol. Jose, I can't wait for the next members show. I will be back on. You enjoyed it then, Mikey. You said you were coming back, Mikey, and I don't know what happened, but you said you were coming back. You continued commenting in the chat, but I didn't see you back. But yeah, it was really, really good having you, mate. Carl Simpson says, I will take a solid 11 points. Lee Wiz says, I failed to get one result right again. Never mind, Liverpool are top of the league and we can't have everything. Ed M says, I'm above average. Right. So, with that being said, the league tables now look like. So, this is from 91st to 63rd. So, from 93rd to 63rd, Potato Stew, you sit in 86th. So, Potato Stew, you're not bottom. You sit in 86. So, you've already gained, by playing 1 week, you've gained 6 spots. Baloo, you have gone into 82nd in your first week. Paulio, Jordan, and Spurs Analyst and Soji have all gone into 76th to 79th, respectively. However, they are on the same points, but Soji is higher, or is top, because he's got one correct prediction, but so did the Spurs analyst. But because they've got one correct prediction each, it went on alphabetical order. So that's why them positions are in that way, because they will go, if you've got the same points as someone, first of all, we look at the amount of correct predictions you've got, and then we look at it. If it's completely the same, then we'll look at the alphabet, and that's how you get up there. Lisa O, straight into 74th place. Anthony Herbert and Lord Rodney Trotter straight into 70th and 71st place. Vindaloo has climbed into 67th. Nick Collison has climbed into 65th. The places from 62nd to 41 are there we go. So Kate from Just a Goal, I suppose, is now called a perfect match. So Kate is 62nd. Leo has gone to 56th. Grant, 55th. Nick, 54th. Queen Ellie, 52nd. Matty Kushner, 48th. Finn, 44th. Tigaro, 43rd. And Gus has climbed into 41st. Now from 40 to 20, we have Chang, 40th. Nita, 39th. Hanno, 38th. Nige Purecois into 35th. Mikey Romero into 34th. Bobby K has climbed up to 30th. James Loves Spurs has gone into 28th. Inner Hype, 26th. DJ Samuel, 25th. And last year's winner of this competition, Tot Spurs, has gone into 21st place. So the top 20 then is Johnny Bethnal Green, 20th. Big John, 19th. Edem has gone into 17th. Graham has gone into 14th. Drula has gone into 13th. Jose is gone into 11th. Ryan G is into 5th. Dan Coys is up to 3rd. And your new leader by 1 point this week is Adrian. Adrian sits on 81 points. So the Adrian, the people to drop this week, obviously, is Chris Peters. Chris Peters has dropped. David Clark has remained 2nd. But Chris Peters has dropped to 4th. But it's so tight on points there. It is so tight on the points there. And then you've got Adrian says, Mikey Romero says, yeah, I know that you took an unexpected work call, but I thought you was coming back. But it's fine. It's not a problem. Adrian says, I'm getting a nosebleed with my lucky predictions. Adrian, you are top. Potato Stew says 86, the only way is up. Lee says, I see what mistake you've made there, Spud. You forgot about down low. I was just thinking to myself, okay, there's a spirit. 29th. F yeah, I'll take that, Lee Wiz. Matty, who's climbed as well. Matty, I've just done the FPL, and you are the new leader in the FPL by 2 points. I think it was. But Matty, in this game, you have climbed into, because you were one of the ones that have gone up. You've gone into 48th, Matty, in this one. If you haven't seen it, you've gone into 48th. Big John loves coming from behind. Nick says, do we have these posted somewhere online? I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying, Nick, because I just put them up here. I don't put them online. I just put them here on the show. I don't have them online. Look at Adrian on one, number one even. Carl says, cut the lead to the top 4 points. Oh, it's on, Carl says. Graham says, my predictions the last 3 weeks have been as much as use as a trampoline on the space station. And Round Table Talk says the results are okay, just curious. No, so what I do is after the end, obviously the results of the games. If you don't know the results of the games, then you can always look them up. I just give you the results of the games. But then what I do is I just give green for the person who got it right, orange if you've got it, if you've got the right team, in the right way, but not the correct score. And then other than that, then I just add your points to whatever you had the previous week, and then amend the table accordingly. It's all done manually. So Adrian is the person to catch. Adrian is the Adrian is the person to catch. David Clark is congratulating you, Adrian. Congratulations to Adrian, top fella. Gus Parker is saying, I'm not bothered where I am in the table. I'm building a go-kart track. That's very funny, very funny. That Adrian says it's pure luck. What I will say is some of the people that scored a lot of points this week or scored more than what they normally do, they couldn't be bothered to put the results in. And all they did is they picked the same result for every game. This week, doesn't happen every week. This week, it kind of paid off for a few people that did that. Doesn't normally pay off, but this week it did for a few people. Yeah, at the end of the day, as long as you make more points than the person in front of you, then you can chip away. So, if you get 4 points more than the person in front of you, you've chipped away. And so people can always climb the table. I know you're doing a lot already. Can you take a screenshot and post the results to the community page? If it's a pain, I understand. Well, I'd have to ask someone to do that because I share this and I haven't got the full rights to it all. So the full rights to it all means that I'd have to get someone to go and do it for me. But if I can, and that's what you want, I can do that. I can publish it on the community page. But then it defeats me having a show. The whole idea of this is to have a show to put the results on. Ronnie says, down to 7th, I'm coming back strong this week. Only 4 points off the top. Did you fall, Ronnie? Yeah, but you wouldn't have fallen by many points, I don't think, Ronnie. I mean, look, if you look at the top of the league, like it is there at the moment, in all honesty, Adrian down to, who's 20th? To Johnny Bethnal Green on 62. Even to Totspurs on 60 and Colin Blackshaw on 60. Even looking at that, to 23rd place is 21 points difference. And we're only 8 weeks in. I say we're only 8 weeks in. We're actually 10 weeks in because we've had 8 weeks of Premiership and we've had 2 weeks of bonus predictions because of the international break. So we're not even a quarter of the way through the season yet. So people can still catch up points and still overtake people. I mean, there are some people, and Bobby K wasn't well, and Bobby K started a bit later. And didn't do the first couple of weeks, I think, Bobby. But Bobby, or he's missed a few weeks, and Bobby's already in 30th. So, at the end of the day, you can catch up on this quite easily. I mean, Gus, Chang, Nita, Hanno. I'm looking at people here that haven't done every week, and they're getting a lot of getting points, and they're all moving up the table. So, the trick about this game, right? And Potato Stew, I know you've only just started, but the trick about this is that you can never switch off in the sense that if you do the online one, predict the Prem online, that's only going to affect Premier League predictions. But when we have an international break, God, I'm talking and I've got the league table up and I can't see no one. Right, sorry. When we do the predictions, the thing to remember when we do the predictions is that when there's no Premiership game, we do the bonus games, and the bonus games can score you points. And there are people that forgot to do the first international bonus week, where I think we had 13 games that we did. So there's points to be gained there, and some people forgot about that. The last international break, we ended up doing 17 games from League One, League Two, Scottish Championship, Scottish Second Division, Scottish Challenge Cup. So that amounted to 17 games. So there's always opportunities to catch points up. So yeah, Matty's just realised that he forgot the first bonus week, and that's what I'm saying, Matty. If people remember, you know, that every Friday, without fail, whatever happens, we'll always have a prediction show. And if it's not the Premiership, we'll pick other games. This weekend just gone, we introduced what people asked for. Is people asked for me to do some predictions from other leagues. So we fished out two sets of 2 games this week, and I will look to find another 2 games for this week coming up. So then, you know, at the end of the day, instead of predicting 10 games, you're predicting 12. Now, equally, it gives everybody an opportunity to get extra points, whether you are at the top of the table or whether you are at mid-table or whether you are low in the table. It gives you the opportunity. But as you can see from some of the people that did their predictions last week, you've got people like Finn and Ronnie who's that? Was that Finn and Ronnie? Yeah, Finn and Ronnie who left. Is that Finn? Yeah, Finn and Ronnie. No, sorry, Finn. Finn left and didn't do the extra two games that were the bonuses. And then when we look further down, you've got Baloo and Vindaloo didn't do the last 3 games. You've got Jordan and Inner Hype who left and didn't come back and didn't do the last couple of games. And then you've got people that then did the predictions, but their predictions for the Leeds United game, the game had either kicked off or the game was finished. It's interesting because people were giving me predictions after the game had finished. And like that, I couldn't accept them. I couldn't accept the scores that were given to me after the game was finished. And then you've got people like Ian. Sorry, is it Ian or Quez? I'm trying to see. So you got Quez, who did the first 10, didn't do the 2 bonuses. And then further down, I've got the last 3 people didn't do the bonuses for either or. So at the end of the day, it's always important that if you're going to watch it on playback, do the scores as they're meant to be, and it gives you more of an opportunity. But I will select 2 games again this week. We did the 2 last week because we included Leeds last week, and we included the Westerlo games because we've got links with Leeds. Not only have we got a channel with Leeds people, but they've also got Manor Solomon on loan, and I did Westerlo's game because we've got Divine on loan there, and we got Vuskovic on loan there, and they're the reason I did them too. But I will pick another 2, and I will we'll pick a different 2 this week. It may not be the same size; it might be different size this week, and so therefore, when you watch the show on Friday, remember that there's one game. The Premiership starts on Friday because there's a game on Friday evening. So the Premiership will start on Friday, and the Premiership this week runs from, when does it run from? Right, so it runs from Friday to Sunday. So you've got one game on Friday, you got 5 games on Saturday and 4 games on Sunday. So the results show next week will be on a Monday because there's no game on a Monday. So it'll be on a Monday. And the first game will actually be on a Friday. And the 2 bonus games that I pick or select can be from any games that take place either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I don't know, I might even put 3 in this week, so it covers 1 for a Saturday, 1 for a Friday, 1 for a Saturday, and 1 for a Sunday. But whatever you do, you either need to watch and be in the show, or you have to do it on playback to find out what the extra bonus games are, and that gives everyone opportunity. You got Johnny says he missed the first week. Hello, Ryan. Huddersfield Fan TV. Hello, Ryan. I hope you're well, mate. We got a right result this weekend, didn't we? Us 3 that were on the show on Friday, we all ended up with wins this week. So happy days, happy days. I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're well. Am I still carrying with the 2? Yeah, definitely 2, Drewler. I definitely do 2. I haven't thought about this week, so I haven't looked at the fixtures for this week, yeah. But I'm just thinking to myself, to keep people interested, is it worth doing, because the Premiership starts on Friday this week? Is it worth me doing one from another league on a Friday and 1 on a Saturday and 1 on a Sunday, or should I just pick 2 again? But yeah, we will do the bonus ones, and as I said, it's up to people to be in the show, or if they watch it on playback, to see what the bonus games are. And if people say they're going to leave the show, which is fine, can't hold people to the show. But if you're going to leave the show and you say I'm going to leave it in the comments after the show finishes, and you don't then leave them, then you're not going to have predictions for them, because there was a few people, Vindaloo and somebody else said they had to go and that they'll come back and put them in, and they didn't come back. I think it's Baloo and Vindaloo, and they didn't come back and put them in. So at the end of the day, they had 9 predictions. They had 9 predictions out of 12. Matty says he just realised he forgot the first bonus week. Lee was ill last week. I'm really sorry to hear that, Lee, as I don't wish illnesses on anybody at all. It's the one thing I always say to people: no illnesses to anybody at all, whether it's mentally or physical. I don't like seeing anyone ill. David Clark says, I want one of your predictions to be Quorn. Be Quorn? They are top of their league. I don't even know what league Quorn are in. Jessie flexing her 2-month membership chat with saying, smash them likes, please. Thank you very much, Jess. Matty says, how many people in total are doing this? At the moment, we have 91, Matty. Last year, we had 119 by the end, but some people start later than others and stick with it. Some people start and don't carry on and then drop back intermittently. Those that generally reach the higher parts are the ones that keep at it. Jessie, I hope you're feeling better. See you later. And Jessie saying she's not really feeling well, but I really hope that whatever is up, Jess, I hope it passes, and I wish you all the very best. Graham says, gotta go, Jose. Cheers for the results. Catch you later. Later's in the chat. Gus Parker says, I might do all of mine after the games are finished this week. Under 21s game. Yeah, Forest are playing on Friday against Leicester. That's the first game. Forest have to play Friday after a Monday match. Bang, out of order from the Prem there. They do it quite often. It's not the first time that these things have been done. They keep doing these things quite often. It's not like going to be the first time that we've seen it. So let me see if I can pull it up. This is what I had to do. I'm going to see if I can pull up what I had to deal with this weekend, so you guys are aware. It's absolutely funny. Right, let me see if I can find it. Is it going to let me find it? All right. Let me share. Let me share if you can see this. Right. Let me share if you can see this present. Right. So this is the stream from Friday. Right. So you've got people all putting in their things. So for Quez, I told Quez, I did respond to Quez, saying if you can see that, all received Quez. Thanks for your continued support. Have a great weekend. Ian's left his there, so that's not the one I was looking for. Matty Cushion's left his there. Gus, right. Gus, look at that. If possible, I'd like to change tonight to 2-0 Forest. So Gus is changing it there. But then there's more. There's other areas where Gus kept changing his scores. So with Matty did it, and then he couldn't. He didn't do the prediction. Or by the time Matty had done it, sorry, there was only one prediction left, which was Westerlo versus Club Bruges, because he'd missed out on the Leeds game. Then I reminded him he missed out Southampton Leicester, which he did. Gus Parker was just, yeah, Gus was just on one. Gus was absolutely brilliant. All right, so that's that one. Coach's Corner did his. David Shear did his. Chang, Queen Ellie, Nita, Spurs analyst. I'm just trying to find where he's done it. You might have left it on different streams, but I've got so many different things. But there was 47 comments after that I had to deal with. So there was quite a bit of work that needed to be done. But like I say to everyone, as long as you do it before the games start, I don't mind changing it. Yeah. Yeah, this happened about 3 hours ago. It was on Sky Sports. Yeah, the Premiership have charged both West Ham and Tottenham, and they've also, I think, Kudos got the red card, but Kudos is facing a further charge from the FA. Yeah, Mohamed Kudos. Yeah, he's been charged further by the FA. So not only did he get his red card, but he's been charged further as well by the FA. So for those people that want to play Predict the Prem, there's the code for Predict the Prem. And what I'm going to show you for those people that haven't done it yet, Predict the Prem, what you do on Predict the Prem, which is different, is right. So with Predict the Prem, it comes up like this, right? And all you do tells you go up and down, and you can put your score in. So that score there I've got is 4-2, right? But with Predict the Prem, you can change your score anytime you want before the kickoff. Yeah, you can change your scores, so you can enter a whole load of scores in here for the week, but you can change your scores anytime before kickoff. But the way it works with, let me see, right. So with Predictor Prem, there you go. These are the scores that I put in last week, and these are exactly the same scores that I had in for the. So this week I put all the same scores in for predictions as I did, because some weeks I changed the scores, but this week I kept them all exactly the same as what I did for prediction show, right? And what you see is I went for Tottenham 3, West Ham nil, but the score was 4-1, right? I got 1 point for getting Tottenham correct, but I got a goal -2 goal difference. And it tells you there why. It says you predicted Tottenham would score 3 and they scored 4. So you get -1 because they overscored by 1 goal. You predicted West Ham would score 0 and they scored 1. So you get a minus goal for that, right? So I've ended up with 2 minus goals. Yeah. However, when I've predicted Man United correct, I've got a bonus of 5 points. And the reason why I got that is because they all scored the points I said they would score. So you predicted Man United would score 2 and they scored 2. The goal difference is +4. And because I went for Brentford to score 1 and they scored 1, I get a goal difference of 1. So I got 5 points goal difference there. And I scored 3 points. But when you're off the mark, like with Ipswich, I went Ipswich 2, Everton 1, and it was 0-2. It meant I ended up with -3 goals because I said Ipswich scored 2, they scored none, so I get -2 points. And I said Everton would score 1, but they scored 2, so I get -1. So that's how it's done. It's all done by minus and plus goals. So in this week, I've actually picked up 1, 2, 5, 6, 9. I've picked up 10 points this week, right? In that. But my goal difference would have taken a pounding because I've got +10 for 2 correct predictions. And then I've got -2, -5, -7, -8, -11, -14. I've got -16, but and a +10 means this week I ended up with -6 points. Sorry, -6 goal difference. Why didn't I score any points here? You predicted Forest would score 2 and they scored 1. So you get -1. But you predicted that Crystal Palace would score 0 and they scored 0, so you get a +1. So +1 and a -1 equals 0. So that's the way it's done. So if anyone wants to play, this is the easiest one to play in the sense that every week um, it will send you an email to say you need to do your scores. And if you do your scores, they're done and you don't have to forget about it. And this is where you can find it online and that, and you can see everything you've done. So if anyone wants to enter it, that's the code there for it. Yeah. I think I deleted my first comment. Cheers for all the graft, Jose. Roll on Friday. Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. Yes, Phil. Big up, Jose. Hello, Phil. How are you? I just showed the league table, Phil, because you missed out last week. Round table says, my fault. I've now just checked my feed. And then bit much charging Kudos further. He had our players shoving him at first incident. 3 games is enough. Corn are in the Northern Premier League. And what is the effect of that? in the next predictions. No, Potato Stew, we've got this one online that we do, right? It's there, the code's there. If you enter that, it gets you to LTEL. And if you go into that, all I'm saying is that you can do it. It's what you get sent an email automatically to tell you you have to do the predictions. It's prediction time, right? And when you do it, all I'm saying is up until kickoff of any game, you can switch a result of any game. And I'm just showing you how the goal difference works on it. But that's all auto, that's all online. But we've got a league there and anyone can enter it, and it doesn't matter whether you're early or late to the party, but this is only Premiership games. It's only Predict the Prem, so it'll only be Premiership games. With regards to the other games, I've just seen how people are asking how I've done, and I'll have a look. And David Clark says, I watched the Forest versus Palace game. Palace are woeful. Eze is going through the motions. He would not have been a good signing for us. He looks like he's had the same attitude as Zaha. Lousy. How did I do in the Fantasy Premier League, Jose? Brian, I did that earlier, but I'll bring it back up. And Ed M is saying, it's corner around Cambridgeshire. You'll have to ask the people that are in the know because I don't know. Right, with the Fantasy. Leagues. Right, Ryan, I thought you'd climbed. Yeah, Ryan, you've climbed into 7th. You've gone up into 7th place, mate. We have a new leader, which is Matty Kushner. In all 3 competitions, we've got a new leader. So we've got the Sheriff is now leading in Predict the Prem. So it's the first time that he's led that. You've got Matty Kushner now leading this FPL, which is the first time that Matty's led this. And now we've got Adrian leading the Predictions League, which is the first time Adrian has led it. So we've had new people. Phil Coy is your 10th, if you want to see your 10th there. You've gone up into 10th. So, yeah, so we've got new leaders in all 3 games that we've got. We've got new leaders, which is absolutely brilliant. Saying that, I think that's about wrapped up all the good afternoon to Daniel Sandoval. Good afternoon, sir. That's probably wrapped up the results show. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, Friday it will be as per normal. It will, in the sense that there's a normal prediction show on Friday, and the results show will be on Sunday. So for those that want to enter Predict the Prem, that's it there. And if you want to enter the predictions, the Fantasy Premier, then the Fantasy Premier League is there, and there's the code for it as well. So you can just enter your teams. Both these can be found on the community page as well. On my community page, I've got the links and the codes to both of these competitions as well if you want to enter. So what I'll say to people is I'll be back. I might be back tomorrow. Worst case scenario, I'll be back Friday for the show on Friday. And yeah, just look out. So Anthony Herbert's now joined us. Right, Anthony, right, let's just to confirm, Anthony. You are now not top, Anthony, is what I've been, because I've just had this up. You're now not top of the FPL. Matty has we've just spoken about this. Matty's just taken over now by 2 points, but he got a good week this week compared to you. So he's now gone top. And also, Anthony, we have got your predictions, got you. Anthony, you scored 9 points, Anthony, in predictions this week, which ain't bad because it was your first week, right? And then 91 people are playing, Anthony. And from the 91 people, mate, you've already climbed into 71st. So you've made 20 places. Let me just get rid of this. You've made 20 places playing your first week. So anyone in blue, Anthony, it means it's your first week of predictions. Anyone in green thereafter is people that have gone up or have climbed spots in the league after this week. So, Anthony, you've done well. But yeah, if anyone wants to play predictions or anyone wants to do the FPL, you're more than welcome to do so. You will find it on the community page. Like I said, I'm hoping I might be on tomorrow. Worst case scenario, I will be back Friday for the prediction show. And what I'd ask people to do is on the way out, just hit the like button if you can do. It all helps out. I thank each and every one of you for joining today and for being with me for this hour and a bit. And I will catch up with you soon. So please, until I'm next back on, look after yourselves, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will catch you all. Keep happy, everyone, is what I'm going to say. And again, it's come on you Spurs, and in the big Ange, I trust. Cheers, everyone.